For some time now, Jamaican fruits and foods have been gaining popularity across the globe. It has become noticeable that some plants that are endemic to other countries and regions have taken on unique characteristics in taste and flavor when grown in Jamaica. Ginger, pimento, mango, papaya, and pineapple are just a few examples of Jamaican produce fetching higher prices on the world market because of their superior quality. Let us now take a look at 20 Jamaican fruits, their description, and health benefits. These fruits will appear in alphabetical order. Please let me know how many of them you're familiar with. Number 1. Ackee. The ackee is a native to West Africa, but is cultivated widely throughout tropical and subtropical regions for its edible fruit. The ackee was introduced to science by William Bly, hence its botanical name, Blaya sapida. Ackee has been designated Jamaica's national fruit and is also a component of the country's national dish, ackee and the saltfish. The fruit has been grown in Jamaica since 1778. Ackee must be allowed to open fully before it is ready for consumption. Once open, the only edible portion is the yellow aril. The pink raphe that attaches the aril to its seed is deadly toxic and together with the seed must be removed and completely discarded. Ackee is a nutritious food with a buttery nutty flavor and resembles scrambled eggs when boiled. Notwithstanding the possible risk if not prepared properly, ackee and the saltfish continues to be a favorite for both visitors to the island and Jamaicans at home and overseas. Ackee and saltfish finally gained international recognition in 2011 when National Geographic in its book Food Journeys of a Lifetime ranked it second among the best national dishes in the world, preceded only by the hamburger. Number 2. Almond. The almond tree, or Prunus dulcis, is grown widely throughout Jamaica and is commonly found flourishing on many beaches. The fruit of the almond tree is a drupe consisting of an outer hull and a hard shell encasing the kernel, commonly called a nut, but in fact is a seed. The hull, which comprises the skin, the exocarp, and the flesh, the mesocarp, is the fruit that is eaten. The developing fruit of the almond tree can be eaten when still green and fleshy on the outside and the inner shell has not yet hardened. The fruit has a tangy flavor. Almonds contain lots of healthy fats, fiber, protein, magnesium, and vitamin E. The health benefits include lower blood sugar levels, reduced blood pressure, and lower cholesterol levels. Kids really love this Jamaican fruit, and perhaps you will love it too. Number 3. Avocado or pear. The avocado, Persea americana, is a fruit that belongs to the family of Lauraceae, a group that also includes cinnamon and laurel. This Jamaican fruit was first cultivated on the island in 1696 before making its way to the rest of the Caribbean. Avocado is a pear-shaped tropical fruit, the common name for which is pear in Jamaica. Many varieties of avocados ranging in size, color, and texture exist. The fruit has a rich yellowish pulp and depending on the variety, the skin may be green, reddish purple, brown, or black. Avocados are ripe for consumption when you can hear the seed rattle when you shake the fruit. Most fruits ripen between August and October. A few varieties, however, such as Collinson and Lula, reach maturity out of season. When ripe, the flesh has a mild, buttery texture. The avocado is often referred to as a superfood. It is prized for its high nutrient value and is incredibly popular among health-conscious individuals. It is not just nutritious, but has a great flavor and rich texture that makes it a favorite in various dishes. Number 4. Bananas. Banana, the fruit of the genus Musa, is one of the most important, commonly eaten, and popular fruit crops of the world. Banana is grown in the tropics and widely eaten worldwide. It is highly valued for its nutritional content, flavor, versatility, and year-long availability. Ripe bananas are eaten fresh. Most commonly are often used as an ingredient to flavor countless baked products, including muffins, cakes, breads, puddings, and pies. They are also used in juices and are a great addition to cereal, yogurt, ice cream, and smoothies. Boiled green or unripe, bananas are a common food staple in Jamaica, Africa, and other Caribbean countries. Additionally, they may be used to make chips, porridge, or mashed like potatoes. This popular Jamaican fruit contains the following nutritional elements: potassium, vitamins B6 and C, magnesium, copper, manganese, fiber, and protein. Number 5. Blim Blim. Blim Blim is the Jamaican name for the bilimbi fruit, a tropical fruit botanically classified as Avaroa bilimbi. The bilimbi tree is thought to have originated in Indonesia or Malaysia, but is now found in many parts of the Caribbean and Central and Southern America. Bilimbi fruits are closely related to the star fruit and are oblong-shaped with 5 discernible ribs. The fruit is green when young but turns to yellowish green or white when ripe. The fruit is glossy with a thin skin and is crunchy, juicy, tart, and tangy. Bilimbi fruits are referred to sometimes as tree cucumbers because of their resemblance to smooth-skinned gherkins. Bilimbi fruit, because of its sourness, is best processed into pickles, relishes, chutney, and preservatives. The bilimbi fruit has several health benefits. It is said to be rich in vitamins A and C and potassium. Studies have also found that the fruit possesses strong antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and other antimicrobial properties. The fruit may potentially regulate blood sugar levels, helps manage hypertension, and treats hemorrhoids. If you are enjoying this video, please click the like button and please type the name of your favorite fruit. Number 6. Breadfruit. Breadfruit plants, or the Artocarpus altilis, was brought to Jamaica in 1793 by Captain William Bligh for the main reason of feeding slaves. Despite the disreputable reason for which it was intended, breadfruit is now one of the most popular Jamaican fruits. This extremely versatile fruit can be prepared and eaten in all stages of development and maturity. The young fruit can be added to soup. Its potato-like texture makes mature fruit suitable for many dishes, and overripe fruits can be eaten like custards. Breadfruits can be boiled, baked, grilled, deep-fried, or even juiced. Fried or oven-baked breadfruit is considered one of the 12 most favorite dishes in Jamaica. Breadfruit, in addition to being gluten-free, is packed with nutrients and is being touted as a superfood. It is high in carbohydrates and a good source of vitamins A and C, antioxidants, calcium, copper, dietary fiber, energy, iron, magnesium, niacin, omega-3, omega-6, phosphorus, potassium, protein, and thiamine. Breadfruit also contains some carotenoids and lutein, both of which are absent in white rice and white potatoes. Roasted or baked breadfruit combined with ackee and saltfish, brown stew chicken, liver, or mackerel rundown amongst other meat kinds will leave you salivating in anticipation of your next meal of the fruit. Number 7. Cocoa. The cocoa tree is a source of chocolate and cocoa. The tree's scientific name is Theobroma coco. Theobroma in Greek means food for the gods. Cocoa plants have 2 edible parts: the seeds, also called beans, and the fruit. The beans are used to produce chocolate, cocoa solids, cocoa butter, and several other chocolate derivatives. The white fruit pulp that encases the cocoa beans is the other edible part. It is delicious with a sweet and a sour flavor. Eating cocoa is like eating sweet sop. You simply suck off the flesh and dispose of the outer seed. Considered a superfood, cocoa has reasonable amounts of iron, calcium, and magnesium, but is chock full of antioxidants called flavonoids, which may have beneficial effects on cardiovascular health, improve digestive health, improve cognitive function, and lower risk of type 2 diabetes. Number 8. Carambola, or star fruit. Carambola, or star fruit as it is otherwise known, is the fruit of Avaroa carambola. The fruit belongs to the same species as the bilimbi, Avaroa bilimbi. It has distinctive ridges running down its sides, and when cut in cross sections resembles a star, hence the name star fruit. The entire fruit is edible, usually raw, and may be cooked or made into relishes, preserves, garnish, and juices. The carambola's skin is thin and waxy and turns dark yellow when the fruit is ripe. The fruit is crunchy and juicy, and its flavor is both sweet and acidic. It is great for juicing, making smoothies, jams, and pickles. This Jamaican fruit is chock full of nutrients such as vitamins A, C, B5, B9, folate, and minerals such as zinc, sodium, magnesium, copper, and potassium. It is also loaded with antioxidants that is beneficial in controlling inflammation, cholesterol levels, and lowers the risk of fatty liver. Number 9. Coconut. Coconut is the fruit of the coconut palm, Cocos nucifera. Botanically, it is defined as a drupe, but loosely defined and acceptably so as a fruit or a nut. This wonderful Jamaican fruit is used for its water, milk, oil, and delicious kernel, commonly referred to as the meat. The coconut is one of the most popular and loved fruits in Jamaica. Its flavor is refreshing with its potassium-packed water. Culinary uses and potential health benefits are responsible for its increasing popularity. It is a favorite of many visitors to the island who, on arrival, often can hardly wait to have some cool coconut water straight from its nut. This explains why coconut vendors are usually in proximity to the island's two major airports. One of the great things about coconuts is that you can eat or drink it at various stages of their maturity. The water of the young coconut is refreshing and nutrient-packed, and the scooped-out jelly is a ready and tasty snack. As the coconut matures, the meat hardens and can be eaten raw or used for cooking. Coconut milk is a prime ingredient in the preparation of rice and peas, a favorite Jamaican dish. Coconut oil is obtained from copra, the dried meat or flesh of the coconut. Coconuts reportedly have several health benefits. They contain protein, several important minerals, and small amounts of B vitamins. Coconuts are especially high in manganese, which is essential for bone health and the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins, and cholesterol. Coconuts are also rich in copper and iron, which help form red blood cells as well as selenium, an important antioxidant that protects the cells of humans. Number 10. Coolie plum. The Indian jujube, or Ziziphus mauritania lan, is commonly known as coolie plum or crab apple in Jamaica. Other English names for the fruit are Indian plum, Indian cherry, and Malay jujube. It is known as dunks in Barbados and Trinidad. In Jamaica, coolie plums grow in the wild on spiny evergreen shrub or small tree and is popular among kids. Coolie plums are of variable shape and size. They can be oval, obovate, oblong, or round, and can be 1 to 2.5 inches long, depending on the variety. The flesh is white and crisp. The fruit skin is smooth, glossy, thin, and taut. Fruits are first green, turning yellow as they ripen. Immediately before fruits ripen, it is a bit juicy and has a pleasant aroma. When fully mature, the fruit is entirely red, soft and juicy with wrinkled skin. The ripe fruit is both sweet and sour in taste, with the flesh texture and the taste reminiscent of apples. Overripe fruits are wrinkled with flesh that is buff-colored, soft, spongy, and musky. This Jamaican fruit is eaten raw, but consumed in other ways in different cultures. Some of the most interesting health benefits of coolie plums purportedly include its availability to detoxify the body, improve skin health, cleanse the blood, relieve stress, stimulate restful sleep, strengthen the immune system, protect the liver, and increase bone mineral density. If you have gotten this far in the video, type the name of your favorite fruit in the comment section down below. Jamaican fruits. Most of us love them, but how many of these Jamaican fruits are you really familiar with? And do you know their health benefits? This is a second part of a 4-part series covering Jamaican fruits, their descriptions, and health benefits. Number 1. Custard apple or cherimoya. Custard apple, as it is commonly known in Jamaica, is the same fruit known as cherimoya or Annona cherimola. Custard apples originated in South America and the West Indies, but are now found in Asia, Australia, and other tropical and subtropical countries. The fruits are typically heart-shaped or oval-shaped and can weigh up to 450 grams or approximately 1 pound. They have light tan or greenish quilted skin that turns brown as the fruit ripens. The fruit's flesh is sweet and juicy with a custard-like texture. Its taste is described as somewhat between a pineapple and a banana. American writer Mark Twain described the cherimoya as the most delicious fruit known to men. The creamy texture of the flesh gives the fruit its secondary name, the custard apple. Custard apples are often eaten with a spoon and served chilled like custard. The creamy smooth flesh of custard apples makes a great puree for smoothies. Add mashed ripe bananas and you can make this into ice cream. It is also a good addition to fruit salads. The cherimoya is often mistaken for the soursop and vice versa. This is quite understandable, given the similarity of their flavors. However, the cherimoya is Annona cherimola and the soursop is Annona muricata. Custard apples are said to be rich in fiber and good sources of vitamin C, riboflavin, and potassium that may boost immunity, fight inflammation, and promote eye and heart health. Both the seeds and skin are toxic and should be discarded. Number 2. Guava. Guava gives so much of itself: fruit, seeds, skin, and leaves. It is a fruit that keeps on giving. No wonder that the guava are among the most favorite fruits, not only in Jamaica, but worldwide. The guava, Psidium guajava, may be round, ovoid, or pear-shaped with green skin when immature. As the fruit ripens, the skin turns yellow, which is frequently tinged or suffused with pink. When immature and a short time before ripening, the fruit is green, hard and gummy within, and very astringent. As guavas ripen, they emit a sweet, musky aroma. The flesh is juicy and creamy in texture. Some strains of guavas have more than 100 tiny soft and edible seeds, while some species are seedless. It hardly makes a difference. Just wash the guava and bite into it. You can eat skin, flesh, and the seeds. While guavas are commonly great eaten fresh, they make delicious juices, jams, jellies, marmalades, pickles, and also candies. People use guava leaf for stomach and intestinal conditions, pain, diabetes, and wound healing. The fruit is used for high blood pressure, but there is no good scientific evidence to support any uses of guava. Guava fruits are extremely rich in antioxidants, vitamin C, potassium, and fiber. Guavas are one of the richest food sources of vitamin C, adequate levels of which is important for protecting against illness and infections. Guavas are packed with many evidence-based health benefits. Number 3. Guineps. And if you're liking this video so far, please click the like button. Guineps grow and bear fruit in abundance in Jamaica. During harvesting or bearing season, which is June through to August, the fruit can be found in copious amounts across the island. They can be found in the markets, supermarkets, and at most busy road intersections in cities and towns. So what are these popular fruits? Guineps grow in bunches and resembles a cross between a small green lime and a lychee. So close are their physical features that some Jamaicans refer to lychees as Chinese guineps. In fact, both the guineps Melicoccus bijugatus and the lychee Lychee chisensis belong to the soapberry family, Sapindaceae. Guinep is also known as Spanish lime, skinip, quinapa, honeyberry, mamoncillo, mapo, and believe it or not, Ackee in Barbados. Guinep is eaten mostly fresh by cracking the thin, brittle skin, usually by biting into the fruit, to reveal the soft, edible layer of flesh beneath. The taste varies from tangy to ultra-sweet. The texture of the flesh varies from firm to watery and varies in color from a light tint of orange to a light reddish pink or salmon pink. The seed of guineps is also a choking hazard for young children. The pulp of guineps makes a refreshing drink and can be used in jellies, marmalade, and sauces. Guinep is a low-fat, low-calorie Jamaican fruit and is packed with nutrients. They contain vitamins A and C, amino acids which can help to lower blood sugar levels, fiber, calcium, phosphorus, and important antioxidants. Also phenolic compounds that can help to prevent cardiovascular disease and strokes. Number 4. Ogplum. Ogplum, Spondius mombin, is a native of the tropical regions of the Americas and is also very common in most of the Caribbean islands. It is known by some Jamaicans as Jamaica plum. Agu plums are about 2.5 to 5 centimeters in diameter and are slightly elongated. The immature fruits are green or yellowish green that turns to purple, red, or yellow when ripe. The skin of the fruit has a wax-like sheen and the pulp is yellow and sweet when ripe. The flavor of the fruit is sweet with a somewhat acidic aftertaste. The pit of the center of the fruit is inedible. Unripe fruits can be eaten, though they are much tartar and somewhat bitter. The pulp of the ripe fruit can be used to make juices. Whole fruits can be boiled in water with sugar to make syrup or honey, which is eaten with ice cream or alone as a dessert. The fruits can also be cooked whole to make preserves. Seeds are strained from the liquid. Unripe fruits can be made into a tart sauce or pickled. What are the health benefits of Ackee plums? They are purportedly rich in vitamin C and carbohydrates and a source of calcium, phosphorus, iron, and small amount of dietary fiber. They contain carotene, B-complex vitamins, and several important amino acids. They are high in antioxidants, which help rid the body of free radicals. Number 5. Jackfruit. And please let me know what's the weirdest fruit you have ever eaten in the comment section down below. Jackfruit is a tropical fruit that grows in Jamaica. The large and varyingly shaped fruit averages 30 to 100 centimeters in length and 15 to 50 centimeters in diameter and can weigh 10 to 25 kilograms or 22 to 55 pounds or more. The jackfruit is said to have originated in India and is part of the breadfruit, fig, and mulberry family. It is the largest fruit that grows on a tree. Each jackfruit can weigh up to a whopping 100 pounds. One thing you should never do is sit under a jackfruit tree. Well, not if you don't want to be knocked unconscious by one of these bad boys falling on your head. You either love or hate jackfruit, thanks to the pungent scent it carries. Once you get past the sticky sap, which contains latex, the flesh is mega sweet and carries a nice flavor, reminiscent of bananas, mangoes, and pineapples. The pulp surrounds an edible seed, which can be baked, boiled, or roasted. When the seeds are roasted, some say they have the flavor of chestnuts. The jackfruit is another superfood containing vitamins A and C, calcium, iron, protein, and 12% of potassium required daily by the human body. Even the seeds contain some goodies. It is also used in traditional medicine because of the range of fatty acids and amino acids it contains. It also is used in some cultures to make curry. The seeds have the reputation of being great for skincare when used in conjunction with honey and the milk in a facial mask. Jackfruit is filling, and the fiber makes it great for unclogging the intestines. In some countries, the unripe fruit is used as the starchy portion of a meal, in the same way we use rice in the Western world. When unripe, jackfruit supposedly tastes like chicken and pulled pork. Some people are convinced that the jackfruit inspired the makers of juicy fruit chewing gum, since the flavor is similar. However, that could be because both contain the chemical isomyl acetate, which carries a fruity smell. Once looked at as a rejected fruit, this superfood has made a comeback. Jamaican fruit vendors have made jackfruit part of their regular business since it grows year-round. You can find it being sold on the streets in chunks or pegged and packaged in bags, which means the consumer no longer has the sticky job of removing the fruit from its skin. Green or ripe, raw or cooked, the jackfruit is another wonder of nature that's advantageous to the human diet. Number 6. Gimbalin or gooseberry. Otaheite gooseberry or Phyllanthus acidus is known as Malay gooseberry, Tahitian gooseberry, country gooseberry, star gooseberry, starberry, arberry, West India gooseberry, or simply gooseberry. The fruit is called the gimbalin in Jamaica, raspberry in Antigua and Barbuda, damsel in Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the sour cherry in Trinidad and Tobago. Otaheite gooseberries or gimbalins are small oblate fruits that grow in dense clusters. Despite their biological name, they do not resemble the gooseberry. Gimbalins are pale yellow, juicy and very sour and tart. Though they are sometimes eaten fresh, they are more often processed into relishes, preserves, candied in sugar or pickled in salt. They are used in chutneys and combined with other fruits for juices. In the Philippines, they are used to make vinegar. Number 7. June plum. The June plum plant, Spondius dulcis, was introduced into Jamaica in 1872. It is also called Jew plum in Jamaica and golden apple and golden plum in several Eastern Caribbean countries. June plum is an oblong-shaped medium-sized fruit, averaging approximately 9 to 10 centimeters, that's 3.5 to 4 inches in length. The pit is fibrous but edible. The bitter and the tannic skin is relatively thick and tough and sometimes has a rustic appearance. June plums may be eaten ripe or unripe. When unripe, the fruit is crisp and subacid, but as the fruit ripens, it turns yellow, the flesh softens, and the flavor changes to a sweet and sour taste. Though the pit is spiky, it becomes softer after the fruit ripens, and many Jamaicans delight in sucking it clean, even chewing it. The ripe fruit's flavor is sweet to acidic, making it excellent for juices, smoothies, jams, chutneys, and preserves. June plums are a good source of vitamins A, C, K, and antioxidants. Number 8. Locust or stinking toe. Locust or Imenia corbarilar, more commonly known as stinking toe, is a brown, large seed pod grown on one of the largest fruit trees in Jamaica and the Caribbean. It is a general view that the fruit earned the nickname stinking toe because of its physical appearance and odor of its pulp. The fruit's pulp is sweet and has a dense and a dry texture, similar to powdered skim milk. But the stinking toe, almost like a defense mechanism, does not make it easy to access and consume its delicious pulp. The large brown and oblong-shaped shell of the pod is approximately 5 centimeters thick and very hard. Cracking it open requires a hammer, rock, or some other very hard object. Jamaican kids love cracking the shells. Once the shell is cracked open, the pulp emits a repelling odor. If you're adventurous and can get past the aroma, only then do you get to enjoy the uniquely delicious pulp of this Jamaican fruit. Have you ever tried stinking toe? Let me know in the comment section down below. Number 9. Longan or langan. Longan, Demicarpus longan, also known as dragon's eye, are brown in color and oftentimes referred to as little brothers of the lychee fruit. In fact, longan, lychee, and rambutan are from trees that belong to the soapberry family, Sapindaceae. The fully ripe and freshly harvested longan has a bark-like shell, thin and firm, making the fruit easy to peel by squeezing the pulp out. When the shell has more moisture content and is more tender, the fruit becomes less convenient to shell. The fruit has a sweet, musky flavor, like that of the lychee. Longan fruit contains an appreciable amount of vitamin C, minerals like iron, phosphorus, magnesium, and potassium. It is also rich in vitamin A and antioxidants. Number 10. Lychee. Lychee, or Lychee chinensis, also spelled lychee, L-I-T-C-H-I, or lychee, L-I-C-H-I, is a delicious small round fruit with a hard outer shell that peels off easily, revealing a soft, translucent white fruit inside. The lychee is similar to a strawberry in color and size. The fruit, whose pit is inedible, is usually eaten fresh, but it can also be canned. Alternatively, it can also be dried. The flavor of the fresh pulp is aromatic as well as musky. Lychees contains vitamin C and are packed with antioxidants and minerals, all of which are great for your health. Its antimicrobial properties can help prevent infections. If you got this far in the video, please type the name of your favorite fruit. Because of its tropical climate, Jamaica is home to a wonderful selection of succulent, juicy fruits, many of which are available to enjoy year-round. But with such a wide variety to choose from, how many are you familiar with? Are you aware of their health benefits? And which Jamaican fruit is your favorite? This is part 3 of a 4-part series covering Jamaican fruits, their descriptions, and health benefits. Number 1. Mango. Its enchanting colors, alluring flavors, and intoxicating aroma makes mangoes one of the most appealing fruits. Mango is known as the king of fruits and a superfruit due to its health-enhancing nutrients. Mangoes are rich, creamy, and taste delicious. They are arguably the most commonly consumed fruit in the world and are undoubtedly the most popular Jamaican fruit by far. So much so, it is said that cooking stops during mango season. The words from a local song summarize it best. Inna the height of the mango crop, when the fruit them a ripe and drop, wash your pot, turn them down, mango time.
Me no drink coffee tea, mango time. Mango time. Hear how nice it may be.
Mangoes are one of the most prolifically grown fruit in Jamaica. It can be found all over the island, but more abundantly in the parishes of St. Thomas, Clarendon, St. Mary, St. Elizabeth, and Kingston and St. Andrew. With more than 60 known varieties growing in Jamaica, you have a wide choice. Ripe mangoes, in addition to be eaten fresh, are often used for juices, jams, and smoothies. Mangoes can also be eaten green, cut into small pieces with a little salt added. Green mangoes are also used for chutneys, preserves, pickles, curries, and salads. While some prefer their mangoes green, others prefer them ripe. For others, it doesn't matter. Which one is your favorite though? Julie, East Indian, number 11, Blackie, or Bombay? Let me know in the comment down below. Number 2. Naseberry. The Jamaican naseberry, Manilka zapota, also known as sapodilla, is native to southern Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. The fruit is a large berry. They range in sizes from small tomato shape to medium, with diameter varying between 4 and 8 inches. The skin of the naseberry is normally brown when ripe, with a rough, grainy texture. The reddish-brown flesh is exceptionally sweet in both taste and aroma. The naseberry is a high-calorie fruit and is rich in vitamins A and C. It is also an abundant source of dietary fiber. It packs the polyphenol compound tannin, which possesses astringent, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial, and antiparasitic characteristics that are well known to treat hemorrhoids and gastrointestinal problems. Additionally, it contains appreciable amounts of essential nutrients such as potassium, copper, iron, and vitamins B1 and B5. If you haven't tried the naseberry yet, when you get around to trying it, be warned, you might become hooked to this Jamaican fruit. Number 3. Noni. Noni is one of the common names of the Morinda citrifolia fruit. It is known by some 100 names across different regions where it is grown. In Jamaica, it is known as Duppy Soursop. Some of the other names by which noni is known are Great Morinda, Indian mulberry, beach mulberry, and the cheese fruit. Though noni is a staple in some cultures, it is not eaten in many others, including Jamaica, because of its obnoxious odor and bitter taste. However, the noni juice is a sort of the juice, since it is packed with nutrients and medicinal properties. Such is the demand for this miracle fruit, it has been introduced as a supplement in various formats, such as capsules, skin products, and juices. Noni juice is known widely for its high levels of antioxidants, which prevent cellular damage caused by molecules called free radicals. Researchers believe that noni's powerful antioxidant properties are the main reason for its potential health benefits. The primary antioxidants in noni juice include beta-carotene, iridoids, and vitamin C and E. This Jamaican fruit is jam-packed with nutrients. Number 4. Otaheite apple. Among Jamaican fruits, only mango is arguably more popular and loved than the Otaheite apple. Syzygium malacensi. In 1793, Captain Bligh reportedly brought the Otaheite apple plant to Jamaica from Tahiti, previously known as Otaheite, hence the name of the fruit. Otaheite apple is known by several other names. Titi apple, Malay rose apple, mountain apple, rose apple, Jamaican apple, plum rose, pomerac, and water apple are some of the names it is known by. The pear-shaped fruit has a smooth tender peel that bruises easily. As the fruit ripens, its color changes from whitish pink to crimson red. The darker the red, the sweeter the apple seems to be. The fruit has one seed that is about the size of a boiled egg yolk. The fruit is juicy with a mildly sweet, rose-like flavor, and the texture varies from crispy to mushy. Otaheite apples are eaten in various ways, with raw seemingly the most common. It can also be used to produce wines and juices, sauces, jellies, jams, and preserves. Otaheite apples are eaten in various ways, with raw seemingly the most common. It can also be used to produce wines and juices, sauces, jellies, jams, and preserves. Otaheite apples are rich in minerals, vitamins A, B, and C, phosphorus, fiber, flavonols, phenolic compounds, sesquiterpenes, and carotenoids. Some of the health benefits of Otaheite apples are improved skin health, hair growth, stronger cells, teeth, bones, blood vessels, cartilage, muscles, and improved nervous, cardiovascular, and digestive systems. Number 5. Papaya. What is a breakfast fruit salad without papaya? With its exceptionally sweet and delicious flavor, succulent and buttery texture, papaya is a fruit lover's delight. It is no wonder that Christopher Columbus referred to the papaya fruit as the fruit of the angels. Papaya, Carica papaya, is indigenous to the West Indies and South America. This Jamaican fruit bears all year round in different varieties. In terms of size, shape, and sweetness, the papaya fruit can be small, sweet, and pear-shaped. The Solo Sunrise variety, however, is the preferred variety grown by Jamaican producers and is the variety you will most likely find in supermarkets and markets around the island. The Solo Sunrise papaya is characterized by its high sugar content, attractive orange-red flesh, and a cavity packed with black seeds. Ripe papayas can be served in several ways, the most common and popular being cutting the unpeeled fruit and removing the seeds. Then use a spoon to scoop out the sweet succulent flesh. The papaya is also processed into juice, smoothies, purees, or jams. Green papayas are used for sauces and pickles. Papaya is a rich source of vitamins A, C, E, K, and B. It also contains calcium, magnesium, potassium, copper, and minerals. It is said to boost blood circulation and prevent intestinal cancer and control osteosclerosis, diabetes, heart diseases, cholesterol, and digestive disorders. Enjoy this Jamaican fruit like Columbus obviously did. If him did do that, because you know him lie. Number 6. Passion. Passion fruit is a well-known superfood that not only provides valuable nutrients but also transforms your mood and energy levels. The flesh of passion fruit is highly palatable and can be eaten with a spoon to remove the flesh from the rind. Note, the rind or rind is not edible, it's sour, tastes bad. Because of its mild sugar coating, passion fruit can be used to sweeten foods, making it a versatile fruit to include in your daily diet. This Jamaican fruit has been shown to reduce high blood pressure, improve circulation, lower cholesterol, and enhance memory function. If you got this far in the video, give the video a thumbs up. Number 7. Pineapple. The pineapple, Anansas comosus, is a tropical plant with an edible fruit. The Taino Indians are credited with the introduction of this plant to Jamaica. There are 4 main varieties of pineapple: Ripley, Smooth Cayenne, Sugarloaf, and Cowboy. Those are grown in Jamaica. The latter 2 are the most common though. Weighing an average of 4 to 6 pounds, Sugarloaf pineapples are cylindrical in shape and slightly tapering at the crown. They are taller and leaner than the Cowboy variety and are usually much sweeter. The juice-filled flesh of the ripe sugarloaf has a floral aroma, with hints of honey. Unlike the other varieties, the flesh of the sugarloaf is not woody or fibrous, and the edible core is just as sweet to the taste. The pineapple can be sliced and eaten, juiced or pureed for smoothies, used in cakes and cocktail beverages. This versatile fruit can be added to salads, flavor meats and fish dishes, and sauces. It is also used for toppings, custards, and cheesecakes. The pineapple is an excellent source of manganese, a good source of potassium, calcium, vitamin C, and fiber. They also contain magnesium, phosphorus, copper, folate, and vitamins B1 and B6. The fruit's overall nutritional content provides anti-inflammatory benefits as well as digestive and immune support. Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. Those are famous words from the ancient Greek physician Hippocrates, often called the father of Western medicine. He prescribed garlic to treat a variety of medical conditions. And today, modern science has confirmed many of these health benefits. With that said, let us now take a look at 10 health benefits of garlic that are supported by scientific research.
And remember what Hippocrates said.
Garlic is a plant in the allium or onion family. It is closely related to onions, shallots, and leeks. Each segment of a garlic bulb is called a clove. There are about 10 to 20 cloves in a single bulb, give or take. Garlic grows in many parts of the world and is a popular ingredient in cooking due to its strong smell and delicious taste. However, throughout ancient history, the main use of garlic was for its health and medicinal properties. Its use was well documented by many major civilizations, including the Egyptians, Babylonians, Greeks, Romans, and the Chinese. Scientists now know that most of garlic's health benefits are caused by sulfur compounds formed when a garlic clove is chopped, crushed, or chewed. Modern research also shows that garlic may have some real health benefits, such as protection against the common cold and the ability to help lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Perhaps the most well-known compound is allicin. However, allicin is an unstable compound that is only briefly present in fresh garlic after it has been cut or crushed. Other compounds that may play a role in garlic's health benefits include diallyl disulfide and S-allylcysteine, a chemical compound that has two atoms of sulfur combined with one or more elements. The sulfur compounds from garlic enters the body by way of the digestive tract. They then travel all over your body, exerting strong biological effects. Number 1. Garlic is highly nutritious and has very few calories. A single clove, that's 3 grams of raw garlic, contains manganese, 2% of the daily value, vitamin B6, 2% of the daily value, vitamin C, 1% of the daily value, selenium, 1% of the daily value, and the fiber, 0.6 grams of the daily value, and this comes with 4.5 calories, 0.2 grams of protein, and 1 gram of carbs. Number 2. Garlic can help protect against illnesses, including the common cold. Garlic supplements are known to boost the function of the immune system. A 12-week study found that daily garlic supplement reduced the number of colds by 63% compared with a placebo. The average length of cold symptoms was also reduced by 70%, from 5 days in the placebo group to just 1.5 days in the garlic group. Another study found that a high dose of aged garlic extract, 2.56 grams per day, reduced the number of days sick with cold or flu by 61%. However, one review concluded that the evidence is insufficient and more research is needed. Despite the lack of strong evidence though, adding garlic to your diet may be worth trying if you often get colds. And from personal experience, this actually worked for me, so try it. Number 3. The active compounds in garlic can reduce blood pressure. Cardiovascular diseases like heart attack and stroke are responsible for more deaths than almost any other condition. High blood pressure or hypertension is one of the most important factors that may lead to these diseases. Human studies have found garlic supplements to have a significant impact on reducing blood pressure in people with hypertension. In another study, 600 to 1500 mg of aged garlic extract was just as effective as the drug atenolol at reducing blood pressure over a 24-week period. Nonetheless, supplementary doses must be fairly high to have desired effects. The amount needed is equivalent to about 4 cloves of garlic per day. Number 4. Garlic improves cholesterol levels, which may lower the risk of heart disease. Garlic can lower total and LDL, that's bad cholesterol. For those with high cholesterol, garlic supplements appear to reduce total and LDL cholesterol by about 10 to 15%. Looking at LDL, bad, and HDL, good cholesterol specifically, garlic appears to lower LDL but has no reliable effect on HDL. High triglyceride levels are another known risk factor for heart disease, but garlic seems to have no significant effects on triglyceride levels. Number 5. Garlic contains antioxidants that may help prevent Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Oxidative damage from free radicals contributes to the aging process. Garlic contains antioxidants that support the body's protective mechanism against oxidative damage. High doses of garlic supplements have been shown to increase antioxidant enzymes in humans, as well as significantly reduce oxidative stress in people with high blood pressure. The combined effects on reducing cholesterol and blood pressure, as well as the antioxidant properties, may reduce the risk of common brain conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Number 6. Garlic may help you live longer. The potential effects of garlic on longevity are basically impossible to prove in humans, but given the beneficial effects and important risk factors like blood pressure, it makes sense that garlic could help you live longer. The fact that it can fight infectious disease is also an important factor, because these are common causes of death, especially in the elderly or people with dysfunctional immune systems. Number 7. Athletic performance might be improved with garlic supplements. Garlic was one of the earliest performance-enhancing substances. It was traditionally used in Asian cultures to reduce fatigue and improve the work capacity of laborers. Most notably, it was given to Olympic athletes in ancient Greece. Rodent studies have shown that garlic helps with exercise performance, but very few human studies have been done. In one small study, people with heart disease who took garlic oil for 6 weeks had a 12% reduction in peak heart rate and better exercise capacity. However, a study on 9 competitive cyclists found no performance benefits. Other studies suggest exercise-induced fatigue may be reduced with garlic. Number 8. Eating garlic may help detoxify heavy metals in the body. At high doses, the sulfur compounds in garlic have been shown to protect against organ damage from heavy metal toxicity. A 4-week study in employees at a car battery plant who had excessive exposure to lead found that garlic reduced the lead levels in the blood by 19%. It also reduced many clinical signs of toxicity, including headaches and blood pressure. 3 doses of garlic each day even outperformed the drug penicillamine in reducing symptoms. Number 9. Garlic may improve bone health. No human studies have measured the effects of garlic on bone loss. However, rodent studies have shown that it can minimize bone loss by increasing estrogen levels in females. One study in menopausal women found that a daily dose of dry garlic extract equal to 2 grams of raw garlic significantly decreased a marker for estrogen deficiency. This suggests that this supplement may have beneficial effects on bone health in women. Foods like garlic and onions may also have beneficial effects on osteoarthritis. Number 10. Garlic is very easy to include in your diet. It complements most savory dishes, particularly soups and sauces and dips. The strong taste of garlic can also add a punch to otherwise bland recipes. Garlic comes in several forms, from whole cloves and smooth paste to powders and supplements like garlic extract and garlic oil. A common way to use garlic is to press a few cloves of fresh garlic with a garlic press, then mix it with extra virgin olive oil and a little salt. This works as a very simple and nutritious salad dressing. However, keep in mind that there are some downsides to garlic, such as bad breath. There are some people who are allergic to it. If you have a bleeding disorder or taking blood thinning medications, talk with your doctor before increasing your garlic intake.
The Jamaican soursop is a somewhat confusing fruit for those unfamiliar with it. It's a delicious treat, but many visitors to the island are often amazed at its unique appearance and taste. The skin when ripened is yellowish-green in color. The ovoid fruits can grow up to 12 inches in length and are covered with blunt spikes. The fruit can weigh up to 15 pounds. The flesh is creamy color and the leaves emit a pungent odor. But the Jamaican soursop, does it really cure cancer? Jamaicans call the fruit soursop, and it's also known as guanabana, cherimoya, custard apple, and Brazilian paw. Fans of the fruit have described the taste as a combination of apples and strawberries with notes of sour citrus. The texture is reminiscent of a sweet sop or a custard apple. The fruit's origins are a mystery, though it's been cultivated in Africa, South America, and the Caribbean for thousands of years. The fruit and the leaves have been used for medicinal purposes throughout history. It can also be toxic with long-term usage or when taken in large quantities. Soursop is eaten raw, made into a refreshing beverage and often used in desserts that include gelatin, custard, and ice cream. It contains an extensive array of nutrients that include vitamins B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, and C. Soursop also has calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and zinc. Due to the myriad of nutrients in soursop, the fruit is used in remedies to boost the immune system, as an effective diuretic, and for centuries to address gastrointestinal parasites. The leaves have been prepared and utilized to reduce levels of uric acid and to relieve gout. Perhaps the most highly prized attributes of the soursop are its natural antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and analgesic properties. Its antibacterial abilities are effective against the bacteria responsible for yeast infections, tooth decay, and gingivitis. Soursop has been formulated into tinctures, salves, and poultices for application to injuries to ease pain, relieve inflammation, and accelerate the healing process. Individuals have used it as a tea to relieve mucus associated with asthma, to relieve stress and insomnia, and address depression. Its calcium and phosphorus content is beneficial for strong bones and help with circulation. The seeds and leaves can even be formulated into a pesticide for eliminating multiple types of insects. The bioactive compounds in soursop leaves are extracted and found in commercial treatments for head lice. Those same compounds are an ingredient that's used in biological pesticides that are effective against bedbugs and a range of other insects. However, soursop has never been proven to cure cancer. Ackee is a colorful fruit that is a popular addition to many exotic dishes and has become a mainstay in Jamaican cuisine, both for its flavor and its beneficial properties. Scientifically known as Blaia sapida, this fruit is actually native to many of the nations of West Africa, not Jamaica, but it was likely exported here on a slave ship somewhere between the 16th and 18th century. The tree on which ackee grows is an evergreen, and the fruit itself resembles a pear. It is green in its unripe state, but it gradually turns to a yellow, orange, and then reddish fruit that is very recognizable. The fruit eventually splits to reveal 3 large black seeds surrounded by spongy flesh called the aril, which is the edible part of the fruit. Most famously, ackee is the complementary part of ackee and the saltfish, the national dish of Jamaica, and it can be found in almost every shop and restaurant of this Caribbean island. More important than its flavor and availability, this fruit is packed with vitamins, nutrients, and organic components that make it a useful dietary tool for a number of health conditions. Now let's take a look at the ackee fruit, its benefits, and side effects. The possibly rich fiber content of ackee makes it an ideal digestive aid, given that dietary fiber helps bulk up the stool as well as eliminate constipation by inducing peristaltic motion in the gut. This may help move food along, preventing bloating, cramping, constipation, and even inflammation of the colon, which could further lead to colorectal cancer. Dietary fiber can also help lower cholesterol and boost heart health. The possibly high potassium content of ackee acts as a vasodilator, reducing the strain on your cardiovascular system, thereby lowering your chances of hypertension and atherosclerosis. Ackee boasts an impressive range of beneficial fatty acids, including stearic, linoleic, and palmitic acids. These particular acids are unsaturated fats, which is a type of fat that you want to improve your heart health and lower dangerous cholesterol levels. Probably by eliminating the most unhealthy saturated fats from your diet, you protect yourself against atherosclerosis, strokes, heart attacks, and coronary heart disease. One of the key ingredients in a healthy diet is protein, and getting it from a delicious fruit like ackee is even smarter. Protein is essentially the building block of cells, muscle tissue, and other important aspects of our body that needs to be continually replenished. Ackee isn't always praised for its high protein content, but it may be possibly high for a fruit. There are a number of essential minerals found in ackee, including calcium, phosphorus, iron, and zinc, all of which may contribute to healthier bones and help to prevent bone loss and demineralization. Having a consistently high intake of minerals may slow, stop, or reverse the effects of osteoporosis as we age, leaving us stronger for longer. The most common vitamins found in fruits and vegetables is vitamin C, and ackee is no exception. With a rich ascorbic acid content, ackee may help boost our immune system by promoting the development of white blood cells and contributing some of its antioxidant powers in preventing chronic diseases and cellular mutation. Furthermore, vitamin C is an integral part of collagen, which is required by the body to make muscles, blood vessels, and tissues. If you suffer from anemia, it means you may have a lack of iron in your diet. Ackee's iron content may solve that problem perfectly, perhaps ensuring that you avoid side effects of anemia such as weakness, cognitive disorders, lightheadedness, and digestive distress. Iron is a key component of hemoglobin, which is necessary to produce red blood cells. It is important to note that ackee contains a poison known as hypoglycin, which is removed when it is harvested and cooked in the right way. In order to harvest the fruit properly, the fruit should not be removed from the tree until the pods open naturally. Additionally, the inside of the fruit must be properly cleaned of the red fiber. If the aforementioned precautions are not taken, consumers of the unripe fruit may suffer from Jamaican vomiting sickness syndrome, a disease caused by the hypoglycin poison. Symptoms of the disease include severe hypoglycemia and vomiting, and in the most extreme cases may even cause coma and death. Every individual should take great precaution when preparing the fruit for consumption. This will ensure that only the positive benefits are obtained from the fruit. This will ensure the breadfruit is a versatile fruit. Actually, it's not a fruit, but a vegetable, which originates from a flowering tree called Artocarpus altilis that belongs to the mulberry and the jackfruit botanical family. It has a thick green skin and soft fleshy pulp on the inside, depending on its ripeness. When cooked or fried, breadfruit tastes similar to freshly baked bread, hence the name. The breadfruit plant grows across the tropical regions, the Caribbean, the Pacific, and South Asian regions, and are part of a staple diet in these locations. In addition to the breadfruit nutritional profile, breadfruit is also full of health benefits. For example, it is rich in vitamin E, C, K, and the B complex, in addition to minerals such as folate, potassium, thiamine. Amongst other beneficial minerals, the breadfruit has a high level of dietary fiber, and the breadfruit flour is gluten-free, with a low glycemic index, which makes it an excellent option for diabetics. When slightly ripe, this soft, mushy vegetable tastes delicious steamed, fried, baked, or barbecued. So how do you like your breadfruit? Let me know in the comment section down below as we take a look at these 10 health benefits of the breadfruit. Breadfruit was brought to Jamaica by British seaman Captain Bligh, who captained the HMS Providence in 1793. It was brought from the Pacific region of Tahiti. It is said that the first tree was planted in the Botanical Gardens in St. Thomas, here on the island, and after a while, more trees were planted in other parishes. It was used primarily as food for the slave population. But forget about the initial reasons for breadfruit cultivation, because today, the breadfruit is one of the most versatile food available in the world, and certainly in Jamaica. The trees grow to a height of approximately 80 feet and can produce way over 100 to 150 fruits per crop. Breadfruit is rich in fiber. The fiber content of this vegetable provides relief for those suffering from diabetes. Research made on this vegetable have established that regular intake of breadfruit can reduce the risk of diabetes and keeps the same under control. It does so by reducing the absorption of sugar by the human body from the food. For being rich in fiber, breadfruit is also an excellent energy booster. It gives the fullness of eating without increasing the calorie intake. Therefore, a person feels more energetic and active after eating breadfruit. This vegetable is also good for reducing the risk of heart disorder and cholesterol problems. Studies have shown that breadfruit helps to reduce the bad cholesterol while inducing the amount of good cholesterol in the body. Breadfruit is a rich source of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Besides being beneficial for skin and hair, these two essential fatty acids are quite good for maintaining a healthy heart. Omega-3 fatty acid is also essential for brain growth. Experts have commented that regular intake of breadfruit can help a growing child in brain development to a great extent. Regular intake of breadfruit is beneficial for proper bowel movement and intestine functions. The fiber present in breadfruit helps to pass stool and also drains out toxins from the intestine. Breadfruit is considered an ideal diet food as well. For people suffering with weight issues, breadfruit is the best option. This great tasting food contains less calories and high fiber amounts. The fiber in breadfruit is truly a multitasker, as it helps to fight with the body fats and the cellulites. Apart from the various health benefits that breadfruit provides, it has some skin benefits as well. This vegetable is stuffed with a lot of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, which are both excellent for the skin. In addition, it is also a rich source of vitamin C, which is good for skin regeneration. Recent studies have also established that antioxidants present in breadfruit are good for preventing skin infections and rashes. Breadfruit is an excellent source of all vitamins and minerals. For being so, it is a healthy choice for hair care. Again, the omega-3 and the 6 fatty acids prove to do wonder for the hair follicles. Regular intake of breadfruit strengthens hair roots and stimulates hair growth. The vegetable is a very good option for one who looks for healthy and thick hair. Breadfruit's benefits go beyond its variety of culinary preparations. It is loaded with nutrients like dietary fiber, antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins. Breadfruit may help with digestive health and facilitate bowel movement. It may promote heart and brain health as well. In addition, it may help manage diabetes and weight loss. Nevertheless, excess use may cause side effects. If you experience any such side effects, limit its use and seek medical advice. The Jamaican rose apple is a fruit that you may not have heard of or have simply forgotten about for a very long time. Scientifically called Syzygium jambus, the rose apple is originally from Southeast Asia. Like most fruits, it has been given many names by the numerous regions it is found in. Some of the most common names are plum rose, water apple, cloud apple, wax apple, Malay apple, and rose apple, as we call it here in Jamaica. So let's take a look at the health benefits of the rose apple. The rose apple tree typically grows quite tall, but has low-hanging branches, making the fruit easy to pick. The rose apple many times is confused with a more common Jamaican Otaheite apple, but they are quite different in appearance. The fruits are small, maybe an inch or two wide, and resembles another popular Jamaican fruit, which is the guava. Like guava, the outer layer is usually light green or yellow. But outside of appearance, that's where all the similarities end between both fruits. The rose apple tree bears beautiful blossoms, as well as sometimes the fruits are so small that if one isn't deliberately looking for them, they could easily be missed. Rose apples can be eaten raw, or you can use it to make a refreshing drink. It can also be cooked by steaming or simmering, or be used to make a tasty fruit jam. Have you ever tried rose apple cooked? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're liking this video so far, please give it a thumbs up. The rose apple, or Syzygium jambus, is native to East Indian and Southeast Asian countries. They came to Jamaica in 1762 and has been spread across the Caribbean and other parts of the Western world, including Mexico and Peru. Rose apples have a strong fruity flavor. They are sweet, crisp, light, crunchy, and have a texture quite familiar to an American apple. The rose apple contains many vitamins and minerals and has many nutritional values.
They will make a great addition to almost any diet. In a single rose apple you will receive carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, vitamin A, thiamine, B1, riboflavin, B2, niacin, B3, vitamin C, mineral, calcium, iron, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, and zinc. That is a mouthful. As with most fruits, rose apples make a great snack. In many parts of the world, it is used in some dishes, and in some Southeast Asian countries, it is served with spiced ginger. The wood from the rose apple tree being as dense as it is, makes it excellent for burning charcoal. The rose apple tree is used in some regions for traditional medicinal purposes because of its richness in tannins and antimicrobial properties. Evidence shows that the rose apple has a positive effect on diabetes as it increases metabolism, which in turn decreases blood and glucose levels. Rose apple is low in sodium but high in potassium, making it a great addition to the diet of anyone struggling with high blood pressure. These properties are known to effectively reduce high blood pressure and ultimately decrease the risk of related heart conditions. Thrush can be an annoying issue for many persons. Using a rose apple to create an oral mouthwash can effectively get rid of thrush and other fungi prone to affect the mouth. The rose apple is believed to have antibacterial properties that will slow or stop the growth of some bacteria. However, this is a concept that is still being studied by scientists. Rose apple is considered a diuretic as it increases the excretion of water from the body, which increases kidney functions. The International Archive of Applied Sciences and Technology has published information that supports the belief that the rose apple fruit aids in the reduction of fevers and alleviation of headaches. Many people are always looking for ways to increase their chances of losing weight. Well, not only is the Jamaican rose apple tasty, but its high fiber content will keep you feeling full so you eat less and will help to improve your digestive health. It is believed that the rose apple aids in relieving arthritic and muscle pains. However, this is a phenomenon that is still being studied. Scientific studies have proven that niacin, which is found in the rose apple fruit, significantly lowers bad cholesterol and increases good cholesterol. Having a handful of these small fruits might work wonders for your cholesterol. Free radicals. The rose apple may protect you from early aging and damages that may occur to the body due to toxin from UV rays, toxins, and pollutants, by using its vitamins and antioxidant properties to combat the effects of free radicals. The rose apple seems to be slowly dwindling, so if you ever get your hands on some of this delicious fruit, remember, please replant those seeds. Thanks. The yellow yam comes from a perennial vine plant, which stretches up to 2 meters long. Yellow yams are similar to sweet potatoes. However, while yams and sweet potatoes are often used interchangeably in grocery stores, they are two different starchy vegetables that supplies different nutrients. The sweet potato is related to the morning glory family. Sweet potatoes have orange flesh but can also be white, yellow, or purple, and they should not be confused with yams. Yams are closely related to the lily and the grass family and vary in color from ivory, white, yellow, and purple. Yams are mostly long and cylindrical, with a rough and sometimes scaly texture. There is a distinct difference between the two tubers. Yams are larger in size and have a thicker skin. They vary in size from that of a small potato to a record 130 pounds, where sweet potatoes are relatively small in size and have a much thinner peel. In this video, we will cover the health benefits of the Jamaican yellow yam, but first we will take a brief look at its history and answer a few regularly asked questions about this nutritious tuber. Yams are native to Africa and Asia, and there are over 600 varieties of yams, 95% of which are grown in Africa. Yams are spread to the Caribbean islands by way of the evils of the slave trade. The name yams comes from the African word nyami, which refers to the act of eating. There are up to 18 distinct yam varieties in Jamaica, and they all have a novel taste, flavor, and texture. Some yellow yams are dry and starchy, some are sweet and soft, and a few are waxy. The yellow yam is a tropical root vegetable that is known locally as Jamaican yellow yam. It is traditionally eaten as part of Jamaican meals, along with other ground provisions, consisting of different boiled root tubers, dumplings, and a mix of various other vegetables. Yellow yam has often been considered as an underrated tuber vegetable that undoubtedly deserves to be placed on the menu of every individual's kitchen. Did you know copper is an essential nutrient that is required for the healthy production of red blood cells and iron absorption in your body? Instead of consuming copper through various multivitamin supplements, you might choose to include Jamaican yellow yam into your diet as a natural, healthy alternative. Yellow yams contain copper along with other minerals and vitamins. This makes yellow yams a natural and economical addition to meals. By adding this tuber to our diets, we gain vital nutrients our body needs to function the way it was intended to. Most regular diets in today's environment are void of much of the nutrients our bodies depend on to sustain both health and well-being. Yellow yams are undoubtedly easy to cook. Boiled, steamed, or roast yams can be served as a side dish also. You can mash the boiled yams and add a little butter as you would with potatoes. Add the yam to a selection of your favorite vegetables for a variety and enjoy. Here is a step-by-step guide for you to achieve the perfect boiled yams. Step 1. You will need a sharp knife to peel the skin off the yellow yam. Step 2. Cut the yam into medium-sized pieces and place them into a bowl of water. Add a little salt or lemon juice to the water to stop the yam from discoloring. Step 3. Wash the yams and prepare for the cooking process. Step 4. Set a pot on to boil, adding a little salt to your taste. Bring the water to a boil and then add the yam pieces. Step 5. Cook for approximately 30 minutes on medium-high heat. You can use a skewer to test the yams halfway through the cooking process to check whether they are cooked through. Step 6. Once cooked, remove the boiled yams from the pot of boiling water and serve while hot, alongside your favorite dish. Yellow yams nutritional content: carbohydrates 95 grams, iron 24 milligrams, protein 5 grams, fat 1 gram, sugar 2 grams, vitamin C 97 milligrams, calcium 97 milligrams, sodium 31 milligrams, potassium 2776 milligrams, fiber 14 grams. As a great source of fiber, including all the other nutrients discussed in this video, is it any wonder that yams have been linked to various health benefits? For example, yams may boost brain health, reduce inflammation, and improve blood sugar levels. Versatile and easy to prepare, they are a great vegetable to add to your diet. For instance, are you worrying about thinning hair or baldness like many others in today's stressful world? Well, yellow yams are here to help. Low levels of iron can lead to hair loss, and boiled yellow yams are high in iron, which help to provide blood flow to the scalp and boosts hair growth. The presence of iron in Jamaican yellow yams assists the red blood cells to transport oxygen and stimulate the circulation of blood in the scalp. Hence, optimum usage of yellow yam can increase hair growth. In addition, the antioxidants present in Jamaican yellow yams help maintain a fresh and youthful appearance by blocking aging symptoms such as fine lines, wrinkles, and dark spots. Historically, Jamaican yellow yams have served as an alternative medication for several years. Recent research has investigated the plausible health advantages of yams. Various medical companies, especially those in China, Japan, and Korea, have also created medicines using yellow yams due to their allantoin composition. Yellow yams are an excellent source of vitamin C. This helps to boost your immune system by shielding against several bacteria and infections. It also helps in the speedy recovery of wounds. Yellow yams contain vitamin A, which helps sustain robust membranes and the skin, increases and strengthens your night vision, promotes a strong bone development, and guards against cancers relating to the lungs and the mouth. Besides, yellow yams provide adequate amounts of other nutrients such as potassium, phosphorus, fiber, manganese, calcium, iron, vitamin B6, and pantothenic acid. Jamaican yellow yams contain a compound called diosgenin, associated with neuron growth. These have proved to improve the learning and memory abilities of humans. In fact, a study demonstrated how people who consumed yam extract supplements secure higher marks in a brain function test. Additionally, Jamaican yellow yams contain potassium, which increases the cognitive functioning of the brain. Yellow yams are known to build estrone and estradiol levels, which are two important hormones in the blood. Hence, yellow yams can ease the symptoms of menopause, such as hot flashes, night sweats, and nausea, symptoms of imbalanced hormone levels. This is supported by a study that illustrated that yellow yams helped in reducing the symptoms of menopause. This is because yellow yams contain diosgenin, which influences the patterns of hormones by reducing menopausal symptoms. Yellow yams are an excellent food source to add to your fertility-friendly diet too. The presence of antioxidants in Jamaican yellow yams guards against cell destruction. Hence, yams are highly recommended for shielding your eggs and improving their overall health. Jamaican yellow yams contain numerous antioxidants that help to combat cancer. In fact, a study on animals was conducted, which determined that if the diet is rich in yams, it will significantly lessen the growth of colon tumors. This is due to the presence of various antioxidants in yellow yams. As we know, yellow yams are rich in antioxidants. Therefore, they also decrease chronic inflammation, reducing the risk of heart diseases, diabetes, and obesity. Research conducted on rats has demonstrated that consuming yellow yam powder reduced inflammation related to ailments, including colon cancer, acute bowel syndrome, and stomach ulcers. Consuming Jamaican yellow yams can control your blood sugar levels. A study was carried out on rats that were given yellow yam water extract. The study results showed that yellow yam water extract reduced the blood sugar level of rats. In a similar study, researchers fed yellow yam flour to rats, which resulted in a reduced absorption rate of blood sugar level. These outcomes are associated with the presence of starch and fiber in yams. Starch travels through your stomach unabsorbed and is linked to reduced hunger, improved blood sugar levels, and insulin sensitivity. Yellow yams are famous for reducing your appetite. The roots of yellow yams render a useful fiber known as glucomannan, which aids in losing weight. The fiber converts into a gel form when eaten and remains in your stomach. This makes you feel fuller for longer. Consequently, your cravings are suppressed and your weight loss journey becomes more manageable and therefore achievable. The presence of starch in yellow yams can mitigate digestive problems such as ulcerative colitis, constipation, diarrhea, and Crohn's disease. Different studies have reported that starch in yams can augment and develop digestive enzymes that help tear down foods and boost good bacteria in your stomach. Jamaica yellow yams' versatility makes it possible to pair these yams with various dishes and use them in different forms. For instance, yellow yam fries are such a unique way to ward off your craving for fries. Besides satisfying your cravings, yellow yam fries will also provide nutritional value and vitality to your body. In case you're still confused about the ingredients, here's a list to help you. First, you'll need yellow yam, olive oil, garlic powder, ground paprika, and salt. These yellow yam fries serve to be a perfect side dish to a variety of cuisines. You can customize the seasonings to yellow yam fries and create your own unique recipe. Here's a recipe for a Jamaican yellow yam salad. This Jamaican yellow yam salad is vegan, gluten, and dairy-free. It takes all of 10 minutes to prepare. It gives the aroma and essence of a creamy yellow yam salad with a blend of vegan mayonnaise, sweet pickle relish, and herbs. Its ingredients include yellow yam, peeled and diced, vegan mayonnaise, sweet pickle relish, chopped celery, finely chopped red onion, celery seed, garlic powder, dried dill, salt, and you can change things up a little and create your own innovative yellow yam salad recipe. Have you ever heard of turmeric? It's a spice commonly used in Indian and Middle Eastern cuisine, and it's also known for its potential health benefits. In fact, turmeric's active ingredient, curcumin, has been studied extensively for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Curious to know more? In this video, we will be diving into the potential health benefits of turmeric and curcumin and how they might help to improve your overall well-being. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the power of turmeric. Turmeric has been used for thousands of years in Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine to treat a variety of ailments, from digestive issues to respiratory problems. The bright orange color of turmeric comes from its active ingredient, curcumin, which is also responsible for many of its health benefits. In addition to its potential health benefits, turmeric is also a popular natural dye and has been used to color textiles and even Buddhist robes. Turmeric is a member of the ginger family, and its root is typically ground into a powder for use in cooking or supplements. Let's now discuss some of the health benefits of turmeric and its active ingredient, curcumin. And if you like these videos, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, as that really does help the channel. Anti-inflammatory properties. Curcumin has been shown to have powerful anti-inflammatory effects, which can help reduce inflammation and the swelling in the body. This makes it a potential natural remedy for conditions such as arthritis, joint pain, and even digestive disorders. Antioxidant properties. Curcumin is also a powerful antioxidant, which means it can help protect the body from damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals can cause oxidative stress, which is linked to a number of chronic diseases, including cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's. Brain health. Some studies suggest that curcumin might have neuroprotective properties, which means it could help protect the brain from damage and improve cognitive function. There is also some evidence that curcumin may be helpful in reducing the risk of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Heart health. Some research has suggested that curcumin may have a protective effect on the heart, potentially reducing the risk of heart disease. It may help reduce inflammation, lower cholesterol levels, and improve blood vessel function. Digestive health. Turmeric has traditionally been used to aid digestion, and there is some evidence to suggest that it may have beneficial effects on the digestive system. It may help to reduce symptoms of indigestion and bloating, and may even be helpful in treating conditions such as ulcerative colitis and irritable bowel syndrome. While turmeric and curcumin may have many potential health benefits, it's important to note that more research is needed to fully understand their effects on the body. As with any supplement or natural remedy, it's always a good idea to talk to a healthcare provider before starting to take turmeric or curcumin, especially if you are currently taking medication or have any underlying health conditions. The sweet potato is probably the most widely used ground provision because of its nutritional value. Its taste, versatility, slightly sweet flavor, and agreeable texture makes it an enjoyable addition to any meal. Sweet potatoes are of the morning glory convolvulaceae family of flowering plants, which includes some 50 genera and about 1,600 species. In this video, we will cover the health benefits of the Jamaican sweet potato, but first, let's look at its origin and answer some frequently asked questions about this interesting plant. Sweet potatoes originated in Central and South America, but archaeologists have found the prehistoric remnants of sweet potato in Polynesia from about 1000 AD to 1100 AD, according to radiocarbon dating. They have hypothesized that these ancient samples came from the western coast of South America. Among the clues are one Polynesian word for sweet potato, kumala, resembles kumara or kumal, the words for the vegetable in Quechua, a language spoken by the Andean natives. But until now, there is little genetic proof of how the sweet potato arrived in Jamaica. Sweet potatoes are able to grow in a variety of settings and conditions. Small subsistence farmers have the ability to produce the crop on small parcels of marginal or inferior land without pricey inputs such as labor, fertilizers, and irrigation, allowing rural communities to take charge of their own production and food security. Sweet potatoes have gained importance as a strategic crop, so many production systems have transitioned to larger commercial-size acreages. The largest producers in the region are currently Jamaican at 43,188 tons in 2019, Haiti 42,002 tons, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 2,500 tons, Dominica 2,385 tons, and Barbados 2,093 tons in 2019. Sweet potato versus yam. If you know the difference between the two, please click the like button. Yam is an adoption of the African word nyama, meaning to eat or starchy edible root. Very often, sweet potatoes are confused with yams and are actually so named in the United States and other countries. The confusion started in the 1930s when growers introduced a new variety of very sweet, orange-fleshed sweet potato and called it the Louisiana yam to differentiate it from the white sweet potato. Though the terms are used interchangeably in America, yams are not sweet potatoes, neither is sweet potato yams. The sweet potato, compared to yams, are rhizomes with creeping stems that run on the surface of the soil. Rough, scaly skins are typical to yams, which have a long cylindrical shape, compared to sweet potatoes that have a thin, smooth skin. The feel of the cooked sweet potato is moist with a sweet taste, while the yam is dry with a starchy taste. Recently, the United States Department of Agriculture mandated that in labeling the word yam, it should always be accompanied by sweet potato. Popular varieties of sweet potatoes include jewel with deep orange flesh and a reddish-brown skin. The yellow jersey, a dry type, is less sweet than the jewel and containing more fiber. Then there's the most common types, the Beauregard and the Garnet, to name but a few. You might be surprised to know that there are over 600 types of sweet potatoes worldwide. Oftentimes, people are confused when buying sweet potatoes. Selecting sweet potatoes that are uniform in size with thickness in the middle and tapering off at both ends are a good choice. Your purchase should also be free of blemishes, cracks, bruises, or soft spots, which normally implies rot is in progress. A decaying spot on the potato gives it a bad taste and flavor, even when the bad part has been removed. Sweet potatoes should not be refrigerated but stored in a dark, dry, and well-cooled, ventilated place. If stored in the right environment, sweet potatoes can last for 2 weeks or even more. Temperatures above 60 degrees Fahrenheit will cause sweet potatoes to sprout or become woody. Sprouted potatoes should be avoided, as starch is converted to sugar during sprouting. Refrigeration too turns the natural sugars in sweet potatoes to starch and alters its flavor. Sweet potatoes are delicate and should be handled with care to prevent bruising. Sweet potatoes are eaten cooked and may be stored up to 1 week in the refrigerator after cooking. Potato dishes will freeze well, so the sweet potato is useful in saving time and energy with meal preparation. The sweetness of the potato makes it adaptable, and it can be used in a wide variety of dishes, both savory and sweet, and goes particularly well with cinnamon, honey, lime, ginger, coconut, and nutmeg. They can be enjoyed in baked desserts, quick breads, puddings, custards, casseroles, or stews. The adaptable sweet potato can be blended with herbs, spices, and flavorings to produce delicious dishes to suit your preferred taste. You can process baby foods to main dishes, salads, breads, and desserts. Sweet potatoes add beneficial nutrients and variety to any meal. Nutritionally, sweet potato is an excellent source of calories and are rich in high complex carbohydrate. It has only 86 calories per 100 gram, making it a beneficial addition for Weight Watchers, depending on how you enjoy them. They are delicious and nutrient-rich. This means they can help you lose or maintain weight by keeping you feeling full for longer. Both appetizing and moorish, the versatile sweet potato with its mild moorish flesh is a real treat. Sweet potatoes come in colors ranging from white, red, yellow, orange, or purple. The orange flesh sweet potato being the richest in beta-carotene. The purple flesh sweet potato is rich in anthocyanins. Beta-carotene and anthocyanins are naturally occurring plant chemicals that gives vegetables their bright color. Sweet potatoes are an excellent source of vitamin A good source of iron, calcium, potassium, vitamin C, vitamin B6, riboflavin, copper, pantothenic acid, folic acid, and beta-carotene. One baked sweet potato, 3.5 ounce serving, provides over 8,000 IU of vitamin A, or about twice the recommended daily allowance. As a wholesome root vegetable, sweet potato provides 42% of the recommended daily allowance, or RDA, for vitamin C, 6% of the RDA for calcium, 10% of the RDA for iron, and 8% of the RDA for thiamine for healthy adults. It is low in sodium and is a good source of fiber and other crucial vitamins and minerals. The sweet potato is an ideal food for the health-conscious person. Sweet potatoes are rich in antioxidants, which have been studied for cancer prevention and treatment. Purple sweet potatoes in particular are high in anthocyanins, which appear to promote apoptosis or programmed cell death of cancer cells. Research has shown that sweet potatoes contain certain antioxidant phytochemicals such as phenolic compounds, carotenoids, ascorbate, and antioxidant dietary fibers, in addition to resistant starch, which can impede the progression of some forms of cancer cells. Beta-carotene is essential for eye health, and it's abundant in sweet potatoes. Just 1 cup of sweet potatoes provides 11.3 milligrams of beta-carotene. Supplementation of 15 milligrams of beta-carotene is proven to protect against age-related macular degeneration, especially when combined with vitamin C, zinc, and copper. The anthocyanins found in sweet and pigmented potatoes have also been shown to improve eyesight. Sweet potatoes with soft, succulent orange flesh are higher in carotenoids, with lutein being a dominant compound. Lutein is concentrated in the macula of the retina in the human eyes and is associated with vision health. Scientists believe diet-induced diseases and conditions related to vision can be treated with foods like sweet potatoes that contain lutein. The anthocyanins in sweet potatoes are also associated with anti-inflammatory effects that reduce the risk of heart disease. Specific pro-inflammatory cytokines appear to be suppressed in response to purple sweet potato extract. Moreover, fiber in vegetable reduces cholesterol, while high potassium levels of sweet potatoes keep blood pressure down. Studies show that consuming flavonoids from plant foods, such as purple sweet potatoes, can reduce the risk for cardiovascular disease. The tannins, flavonoids, alkaloids, anthocyanins, and cardiac glycosides in sweet potatoes also minimize serum creatinine and lactate dehydrogenase activity, which is beneficial for cardiovascular health. The American Diabetes Association considers sweet potato a low GI food that fits nicely into a healthy eating plan for diabetes management. Sweet potatoes are an excellent way to balance the intake of higher GI foods, like pineapples or pasta. Replacing regular potatoes with sweet potatoes will boost the nutrient intake of your meal with potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C, and fiber. Sweet potatoes contain phenolic compounds and flavonoids that have anti-diabetic effects. Flavonoids promote glucose absorption in peripheral tissue and enhance insulin secretion, both of which help regulate blood sugar levels. There are very few adverse effects associated with the consumption of sweet potatoes. One minimal side effect of eating high volume of beta-carotene-rich veggies like sweet potatoes, carrots, or pumpkin is that your skin can begin to take on an orange tone. This coloring is a result of an uncommon condition called carotenemia. Although it may seem alarming, carotenemia is not dangerous and should subside on its own with a more balanced intake of various foods. Like in all things, moderation is the key.
Time like summertime. Cool sea breezes, clear blue skies above, long daytime hours, barbecues, fetes, friends, and of course reggae music drifting on the cool outdoor breeze. Summertime is worth looking forward to. During those dark, dreary, and cold winter days, and with summer comes an array of exotic fruits, including the much loved and amazing mango. Mangoes are among one of the most nutritional fruits grown in Jamaica, and we Jamaicans are passionate about our mangoes. We often overindulge by replacing meals with mangoes, as the song says. The eagerly awaited mango season starts around April or May and ends in late July, with one exception of the Tommy Atkins, which comes in around September or October. When mangoes are in season, everyone finds a long pole, a stick, or even a few rocks so they can help themselves from their chosen trees. Almost everyone has their favorite, and there are always a variety to choose from. It is not uncommon for those who have mango trees at home to find someone in your yard a real mango tree, as we would normally say. Blackie, Bastard, Bombay, East Indian, Graham,
Greengage, Aden, Julie, Erie, Kent, Longy, Millie, Number 11, Number 7, Red Jaw, Robin, and those are just some of the crazy names we Jamaicans have for mangoes. Mangoes are an awesome fruit for so many reasons. Not only are they a sweet treat that won't kill your diet, but 1 cup of diced mango contains around 100 calories. Here are some of the amazing health benefits of mangoes. Prevents cancer. Mangoes are rich in antioxidants, with a good source of protective compounds. Research has shown antioxidant compounds in mangoes have been found to protect against colon, breast, leukemia, and prostate cancers. Lowers cholesterol. The high levels of fiber, pectin, and vitamin C in mangoes help to lower serum cholesterol levels, specifically low-density lipoprotein, the bad stuff. It also clears the skin. Mangoes can be used both internally and externally for the skin and hair. It clears clogged pores and eliminates pimples. It contains reasonable levels of both vitamin A and C. Vitamin C is involved with the formation of collagen, the protein that acts as a scaffold to our skin, keeping it plump and firm. Vitamin C is one of the most important antioxidants, playing protective role against environmental damage. Vitamin C deficiency can affect wound healing and increase fine lines and wrinkles. Our hair also requires vitamin C for both collagen production and to aid the absorption of iron and growth. Eye health. 1 cup of sliced mangoes supplies 25% of the needed daily value of vitamin A, which promotes good eyesight and prevents night blindness and dry eyes. All our cells require vitamin A for growth and signs of aging. It is responsible for the production of sebum, the oily substance that moisturizes our skin and scalp. Alkalizes the whole body. The tartaric acid, malic acid, and a trace of citric acid found in the fruit help to maintain the alkali reserve of the body. A 2012 study looking at the peel of mangoes concluded that it may play a role in preventing obesity, thanks to the plant chemicals located in the skin. Another study in 2018 demonstrated that people with chronic constipation who ate mangoes over a 4-week period enjoyed a significant improvement in their symptoms, due in part to the fiber content and other compounds in the fruit. Helps in diabetes. Mango leaves help normalize insulin levels in the blood. The traditional home remedy involves boiling the leaves in water, soaking through the night, and then consuming the filtered concoction in the morning. Mango fruit also have a relatively low glycemic index, that's 41 to 60, so moderate quantities will not spike your sugar levels. Improved sex. Mangoes are a great source of vitamin E. Even though the popular connection between sex drive and vitamin E was originally created by a mistaken generalization of studies of rat, further research has shown balanced proper amounts, as from whole food, does help in this area. Improves digestion. Papayas are not the only fruit that contain enzymes for breaking down protein. There are several fruits, including mangoes, which have this helpful quality. The fiber in mangoes also helps digestion as well as eliminating waste from the body. Remedy for heat stroke. Juicing the fruit from green mango and mixing with water and a sweetener helps to cool down the body and prevent harm to the body. From an Ayurvedic point of view, the reason people often get diuretic and exhausted when visiting equatorial climates is because the strong sun energy is burning up your body, particularly the muscles. The kidneys then become overloaded with the toxins from this process. Mangoes also help to boost your immune system. The generous amounts of vitamin C and A in mangoes plus 25 different kinds of carotenoids help keep your immune system healthy and strong. And finally, a 2016 study suggested magniferin in mangoes may offer heart protective benefits, including reduction in inflammation. And further studies in animals suggest the same plant chemicals may aid cholesterol balance. Mangoes are generally recognized as safe for most people when included as part of a varied balanced diet, unless in rare cases where people are super sensitive to certain fruits or foods. Thank you so much for watching.
Me no drink coffee tea and water.